Welcome to another edition of the FA Show. I'm Lisa Johnson. In this episode, we head to the Market Council Summit in Las Vegas. We offer a look ahead to 2023 with Wall Street Journal contributor Peter Lazaroff. Plus, we share an exclusive excerpt from our upcoming interview with Becca Hajjar, Chief Business Development Officer at Commonwealth. We start off this episode at the invitation-only Market Council Summit. Produced by Brian Hamburger and the team at Market Council, the conference acts as the industry's capstone event for the year, bringing together leaders and influencers to discuss the RIA space and how it may change and grow moving forward. Panelist Aaron Klein of Riskalyze spoke on how COVID changed the advisor-client experience and offers some key advice that's applicable to all advisors, regardless of channel.
I think that the most interesting thing about call it the COVID pandemic is that we ended up doing something like 10 years of digital innovation in the space of like a year and a half. And one of the things that I think has changed for good is that there's a number of clients who, frankly, want to interact in a more efficient way over things like Zoom and without necessarily being in person. But it's also had this profound impact on how advisors kind of build credibility with prospective clients in particular. In the past, it was about having a really impressive office and making sure that you drive a gleaming car and that you've got these like beautiful gleaming photos of your family on the credenza. And if you don't have one, you hire some people to be in your beautiful gleaming photos on the credenza. Building credibility and building trust has rapidly moved to more of a data-driven approach, where we're going to use technology and analytics and data around who the investor is and whether that lines up with how they're invested right now to build credibility with prospective clients. So that's actually a really great thing, that we're moving past the superficial to more of a data-driven approach for building credibility between investor and advisor.
Panelist Gabe Garcia from SEI spoke on client experience, and here offers his thoughts on the year to come and what advisors can focus on.
2023 is going to be a year around simplification, taking a look at the technology and capabilities and solutions that you're providing to clients in the marketplace and thinking about what is not being delivered in an effective way to create the outcomes you want. And is that excess baggage that is consuming capacity that could otherwise be deployed? So if you have technology that has 20% adoption, or if you have services that you're offering to only 10% of your clients, maybe it's time to streamline, simplify your technology stack and your offering to be more effective in the outcomes you're delivering and create capacity to do more for your clients.
The conference was focused on the RIA space, and for advisors considering a move towards independence, identifying triggers and tipping points is likely something on their minds. We asked Blue Spring CEO David Cantor to offer his thoughts on the decision-making process.
So the first question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to work in a fee-based or fee-only environment? But know that that's what investors are craving. If you're in an environment that's a captive environment, what we find is that usually it's when you can't really provide all the services that clients are asking for. So there are three questions you have to ask yourself. Is making a transition in the best interest of my clients, of my associates or partners that I work with, and then myself personally? And generally, if you can answer those questions, that's going to help you determine what the best decision is and when it's best to move.
More coverage of the conference is available on Advisor Hub and in 3X Equity's blog, including an incredibly powerful panel on advisors' physical and mental health, a topic rarely mentioned at conferences. Welcome back to the FA Show. I'm Lisa Johnson. With the year winding down, we return to our earlier session with Wall Street Journal contributor Peter Lazaroff for his thoughts on where he sees an opportunity for advisors to focus in 2023.
So I think that the big thing that advisors are going to have to start focusing on is tax planning. And there's been a large evolution over time of what it is a financial advisor does. And more the investment piece of what we do is becoming commoditized. It's not 100% so because there's a lot of behavioral coaching, but I think that real impact comes from proactive tax planning. There's a lot of great tools out there if you aren't a tax expert, but there's also a lot of people who are CPAs who might want to become a part of your practice, get rid of that tax season grind and help people on a more steady cadence. I think that people typically try to do their best with taxes, but miss massive opportunities that can truly change the amount of lifetime taxes they pay, because we all should pay our tax bill in full. I'm not trying to get people to cheat the IRS out of anything, but we don't want to leave the IRS a tip. So help your clients do something beyond just their portfolio and find a way to beef up your tax practice.
We wrap up this week's show with an excerpt from our interview with Becca Hajjar, Managing Director and Chief Business Officer at Commonwealth.
The different broker dealers out there and considerations, some of them are publicly traded, few of them are private. Well, one of the, I think the unique things about Commonwealth is it's a private company, so it doesn't have to answer to its shareholders. So maybe talk to the advisors. What are the benefits to an advisor of Commonwealth being a privately held company versus a publicly traded company?
That's a great question, because we've actually had a lot of advisors come over to us who had gone from a private company to then becoming a public company, and that just wasn't the right fit for them anymore, because it does become about the shareholders and the stock price. And so we're just different. We've been able to maintain our private status and plan to for the future, but it also affords us the ability, please pause. It also affords us the ability to hire the number of people that we need to support those advisors. And because of our ratio of 2.1 to 1 right now, it's another reason why we've been fortunate to be ranked #1 in advisor satisfaction all 9 times by J.D. Power. We don't take that honor lightly, with that.
So talk about that for a minute. What does that award mean? So
Sure.
expand on that word.
Yeah, absolutely. So J.D. Power does an award each year. And or I should say they do a survey each year of advisor satisfaction at firms. And we've been ranked #1 out of the independent firms out there as the highest in this year again, in each category that they do a ranking for advisor satisfaction. And that's really important to us. We strive for that every single day, and making sure that we're supporting our advisors in the way that will help them to become successful or continue their success that they already have.
Yeah.
Advisors curious to learn more about the Commonwealth Value Prop or about making a move to another broker-dealer should check out the Advisor Hub offers tool on advisorhub.com. Thanks for joining us for this edition of the FA Show on Advisor Hub TV, powered by 3X Equity. I'm Lisa Johnson. Have a great day.